I'm at the gallery, it's an archaeological gallery of the Lenggong Valley. This is a temporary gallery. The main gallery, the museum, is on the other side, but it's under repair. Many years now, actually, to tell you the truth. I really hope they get it fixed. But what's interesting about this place, why I'm here, is because of it is believed that the archaeologists that they have found the artifacts and stuff in the caves around this valley are the people of Negritos or Semang, and what they actually found here, we're gonna come across and look here, but it's a smaller version of what you'll find in the museum. But there's a lot of stone tools here. That's because there was the Stone Age, and then from the Stone Age, and these caves were used all the way to the Bronze Age, and we are not sure how far along. And these are some tools which you can see. These are bronze tools, and there's a lot of information about the caves surrounding. There are loads of caves, and most of these caves they have found artifacts. And there's one cave in Gua Kajang, actually they found some skeletons which it is estimated from the time of about 5,000 years ago, but it's not a complete skeleton, and they believe it is a female skeleton. And along with it, there's burials, there was potteries and stone tools and some food residuals, but it's not a complete skeleton, but it's a female skeleton. But the oldest skeleton, and if I'm not mistaken, I stand corrected, the oldest skeleton, complete skeleton, is actually of this Perak man. Now it used to be the whole skeleton is in the museum, but now it's removed, so this is just the replica of it. Now we believe that it is about 11,000 years ago, and along with this skeleton, they found remnants of meat from leopards, macaques, gibbons, deer, lizard, tortoise, wild boar. So it was buried along with it. But what is very interesting about this, that's actually, this is the whole, I'm not sure if you can see this, but is that he was actually deformed. His deformity included his left upper limb and I think lower limb as well, the left part, and he had scoliosis, deformity of the vertebra, backbone. But for him to be buried with such dignity, and he survived, we're talking about 10,000 years ago, we're talking about he survived up to 45 years of age. It's, if you think about the survival of the fittest, you wouldn't think that someone like him would have, the family would have given up on him at a very young age. But he was respected to be buried with, this seashells and the foods, and there were some potteries, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But what is interesting is that probably either he was, here is written shaman, but I read somewhere, or maybe not a shaman, maybe he was someone very much respected in the village, maybe even a village head. why that is interesting is because you would not find someone with such deformity at that time, to be respected, to be honored, and to survive such a long period. 45 years, 40 to 45 years is a long time. We're talking about those days. So he must have held some position, very respectable position. And this is we got almost a full skeleton. It's very amazing. Now, I read somewhere, probably that he's the ancestors of the present day Negritos, the Semang people. I don't know, maybe a Jahai, Anda's ancestors. You never know. That is why I'm here, actually, to understand better about how long they've been here. So we know there's about 10,000 years, and we know that they are nomadics. We know that from the caves that they move and then they come back. And this must have been around the last ice age. And we have evidence of Neolithic, about 5,000 years ago, potteries and stuff. But this is a lot longer than that. So Mesolithic, no. What else do we know about him? So we do know that he must have been somebody important, because he had a lot of deformities, and for him to survive for such a long time is amazing. There's a lot of if you read through all the caves, there's so many caves here, they're all worth visiting, and you'll find a lot of potteries and handheld, the stone tools that they were using, and animal remains, deer, wild boar, monitor lizards, tortoise. Oh, this is interesting. Leopards and different types of apes. So they have been here very, very long. Now, I don't know. There is a theory that they might have actually been here a lot longer than just 10, 12,000 years. There was somewhere that this, now again, I stand corrected, but I read somewhere that they found evidence that they have been around for more than 30,000 years. We need to do a bit more research on that, but I read somewhere, based on the artifacts that they found, and it was from this explosion and it was such a massive explosion that one of the rocks was found in this location, and based on that age of that rock and the potteries that they found, or the artifacts that they found, so it's based on that. So we suspect that they could have been around for more than 32,000 years. It's very depressing. I mean, it's this whole valley has got amazing history. There's the caves, you're coming for a day and you want to explore the caves, it's not enough. There's so many caves, there's so much artifacts in the caves. A lot of it been taken out, but you can see the remnants of it there. And you understand why people were using it. People in the time of... Now what's amazing is that, we know that these caves have been used right from the time of Paleolithic time to Neolithic. Which means that, for hundreds, thousands of years, that there are hominids that were living there using these caves. And what is interesting is that actually the caves were used even by the locals in the 1940s, when the Japanese occupied this part of the country, and they had to run away from them. And then during the communist bandit insurgency, so they were hiding from them and they went into the caves and were hiding. So there's enough evidence to suggest that. And after that, of course, nobody was living in the caves, but people were using, because there was bats in this cave, so they were using guano from the bat droppings as fertilizers, very expensive fertilizers, just to highlight that. So I hope the museum gets ready soon so we can see all these beautiful artifacts, these historical artifacts we have. So remember, it's Lenggong Valley is somewhere. If you love history and you love adventure, this is somewhere you want to come. Bye, I'm going back. I'm tired. Okay, the Lenggong Valley is so fascinating. What I want to show you and share with this is that about 74,000 years ago, the volcano in Toba, now Lake Toba in Sumatra, it's one of the largest eruptions that caused this whole region to be covered by dust, and that had actually caused massive destruction, not only to the environment but also to the people who were living here. This is the remnants of that thick dust because of that eruption. This whole region is actually amazing. I was reading somewhere that about 1.8 million years ago, there was a meteorite that hit this place, and it wiped out, almost everything. But about 500,000 years ago, everything started coming back to life, and this valley was again active about 500,000 years ago. So we have so much history. And now we have my new friend, this young cat. He's so hungry, I always carry cat food and dog food in my car. So hungry. Okay, let's go explore somewhere else. Okay, we're in Latar Perahu. It's on the way to the Lenggong Gallery. Well, I'm on my way back. So after a tired day, there's nothing better to rest. Maybe swim. And wow, an amazing waterfall. Really beautiful. Let's get on this side. Okay, so it's not difficult to get here. Signboards are pretty clear. It's good roads. just a bit steep, so you got to be careful when you're driving up. There's toilets here. It's quite clean actually. I don't see any rubbish, so they're picking it up. It's RM1 per person per entrance by donation. So if you want to give, you give. You don't want to give, you don't. It's really beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. You can see the amazing.